I embrace. Apologize, I'm a little late this morning. I had some trouble with the camera, but it all worked out. Got it figured out. So I'm happy that you're here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And today we are going to be doing, I'm going to change the thing up there. I'm going to do that right now. So much trouble with we are going to be doing some 4 today. Here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So let's take a moment now to dive inside, feeling our body supported by the earth. The bikini hand mudra where all the fingers and the thumbs are touching. I like to make a little heart. And take this moment now to dive inside. Connect with your own inner being, your own inner aliveness, your own inner truth. And breathing into the belly, nice deep belly breaths. So take this moment to really connect with that infinite part of yourself. Part of you that's always there. Every time you check in, that part of you is there. Conscious awareness. And feeling that aliveness inside you. The energies, dynamic energy field that is within you. And simply taking a few moments to bask in that space, that spaciousness. You're simply aware that you are aware. If thoughts come, just label them thoughts and let them go. You can be back to them after yoga practice. And diving into the emotional body, feeling it fully, whatever is there for you, no judgment, it's only pure self-love and acceptance. Really affirming to our own self that we are that pure conscious awareness. We are not those thoughts, we're not this body, and we're not the emotions. Those come and those go. They pass through our conscious awareness. But they are not the permanent self. Those are the ever-changing. And taking this moment to connect again to that permanent self, that conscious awareness that's always there in the background all the time. And taking this moment to set an intention for yourself and planting that seed right into that conscious awareness. Bringing yourself back to that belly breathing. And moving that breath into 3-part yogic breath. feeling the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, and then repeating, exhaling the same as we came down, the chest, the ribs, the belly. Inhaling belly, ribs, and chest. And exhaling the chest, the ribs, and the belly. And continue a few more on your own, fully present to the breath and sensation. To feel that entire abdominal cavity. Coming back to center, we're going to do a little bit of Samavriti. So we're going to do, it's called box breathing or eagle breathing. So I'll guide you to inhale the count of 4 and exhale the count of 4. We'll do that a couple times. Then we're going to inhale the count of 4, pause for the count of 4, exhale the count of 4. And then we're going to move it up to 6. Inhale the count of 6, pause, count of 6, and exhale the count of 6. So let's begin. Closing your eyes, diving within, and wherever you are in your breath, just exhale completely. On your next inhale, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have the pauses now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. We're going to move to 6 now. Pause, do 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just let it go. And bring all your attention to your body, integrating back to its natural breathing flow. And opening the eyes, let's move around a little bit. Let's do our pelvic rocks and just feeling that sensation and remembering as we go through the practice, anytime you need to come out of a pose sooner, or if you want to hold a pose sooner, or do the breath work sooner, you're always at permission. We invite you to play your edge. So you're challenging yourself a little bit, but we are not forcing. So I use a rubber band. We're not stretching that rubber band out so it's going to snap. Let's go the other direction in our pelvic rocks. But you're not loosey-goosey either. So we're going to stay right in between on maybe a 7. Just feeling the sensation and challenging ourselves a little bit, but not overdoing it. And if you ever feel pain, back off. Yoga is not about pain. Let's come back. Let's go around this direction one more time. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's do some cat-cow. Warm up that spine. We're going to do a camel back in a moment. So might as well warm up the spine. Cat, your cat, you're going to feel that back round. Cow, you're going to feel that back arch. Chest opens up. The head looks up towards the sky. I like to exhale in the cat and inhale into my cow. Beautiful. Let's bring hands overhead. You can even bring them upside down if you like. Let's move a little side to side, opening the side body. Feeling that extend and stretch. Keeping the breath flowing. And opening of the side body. And coming back to center. And let's come up onto our knees to the front of our mat. And move into our camel. Up on our knees. And the first thing we're going to do, knees are hip width apart, set our foundation. Feet are out straight behind the knees. And then we begin setting our alignment. So we're going to tuck this tailbone under a little. So as we bend back, we have more opening in these lumbar spine. So tucking that tailbone under, bringing the hands to the small of the back. We're going to do this in steps. You find your level and bringing those hips forward over the knees, opening up the chest, and the head slightly back in alignment with the spine, and breathe. This is a beautiful camel, beautiful opening. The heart, the hips. Now the next thing you can do is you can come up onto those toes and you can bring those hands down to the heels if you want to intensify it. Or you can do this without bringing the heels up. And move those hips back over the knees and breathe. One more breath. And coming up, and let's move into a child's pose here. Into a nice relaxed child's pose, and you can have the hands out in front or alongside. And open up the knees so you can let the chest and the belly kind of come in and be comfortable. Take a few moments here just to be with ourselves with great self-love. Bringing the hands to the mat, we're going to move into a table pose. Move into some cat-cow here, flexing and extending this spine. Your cow, you're going to arch the back, sticking the tailbone out, lifting the head. And on your cat, you're going to tuck that tailbone under, round that back like a big Halloween cat, and looks in towards the thigh and the belly. Moving back and forth in your cat-cow. Keeping that breath flowing, fully engaged in sensation. And adding some micro movements, maybe as you come back into your cat, maybe doing some hip circles. And circling the hips both ways. Just moving back and forth in your cat-cow, how it feels good for you. You can wag that tail when you're in your cow. Noticing sensations and enjoying the movements. Finding what feels good for you in your body today. I invite you this time as you go back, moving into a child's pose, a gentle child's pose. And then as you come forward, moving into an up dog, gentle up dog. Just moving back and forth at your own pace. From up dog to child's pose. Enjoying sensations, staying fully connected to your body, yourself. Keeping that breath flowing. And when you feel like you're done, moving into child's pose and resting in child's pose for a few breaths. Going inward, connecting deeply with the deeper self, the aliveness within. And coming back up. Good job. Let's bring those feet out in front of us. Let's do a double leg forward fold today. We haven't done that for a little while. So we're going to inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, hinging forward. So we're hinging at the hips. Because we have both legs out, there's going to be a little more sensation. We're not going to be able to hinge quite as far. So find your edge here and taking a breath or two at this edge. Now see if you can hinge just maybe a micro hinge deeper. And if you like to round the back and the shoulders when you're finally hinged, just resting in this nice deep forward fold. And on your next inhale, let's come up. Beautiful. And let's open those legs wide. See how much more we can do when the legs are wide. So we're going to take the torso and we're going to face it towards this left foot and this left leg. We're going to begin to hinge down towards this left leg. You bring your hands down to the mat and find your hinge. And again, when you find that edge there, breathe. Take a couple breaths, holding this edge. And then see if you can hinge a little bit deeper into the hip. And then allow that spine to round. Bring the head in towards the leg, massaging that foot. That sacred foot. It's the foot of your body temple. Just acknowledging how holy this foot is. Getting to know it. And gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful job. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to move the torso so we're facing the right foot. Flex and extend with the feet. And then begin to hinge down towards that right foot. And that nice hinge in the hips. And when you feel that edge, just taking a breath or two here on the edge. And see now if you can hinge a little bit deeper. And allowing that spine to round. And again, you can massage this foot from the side. When you are massaging a sacred holy foot, and gently and kindly coming up. Good job. And let's bring those feet together in our Baddha Konasana. And holding those feet and allowing those wings, those butterfly wings to flap. And slowing it down a little bit. And bringing those knees down towards the floor as you inhale and lengthen the spine. We'll do one more forward fold here. Inhaling, lengthening, and then exhaling, folding forward. And breathing. We're getting embodied. We're building a more and more loving and intimate connection with our bodies. And inhale coming up. Beautiful job. Let's release those feet. Let's come up to the front of the mat. We're going to move into our spinal rocks. Come back down onto the floor. We're feeling a nice massage as we rock back. And eventually ending up on our backs. And let's have our feet up. And taking a moment, let's move into a little hula to release and relax that lower back. And let's move into a nice little bridge. So the invitation is to go into a full bridge, or if you'd like to go into a supported bridge with a block. You can put a block under your sacrum just to go into a nice supported bridge, or we can go into a full bridge. So let's go into a half bridge first, pressing those hips up halfway and just feeling that nice sensation of the pelvis suspended. And breathe. And then coming down one vertebrae at a time. Nice massage on the spinal column. And feeling the lumbar relax, sacrum, even the tailbone just relax. And then pressing and going halfway up again. Keeping the breath flowing. Gentle engagement of the bandhas. And coming down one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. And this time you can either come up into a full bridge, or if you'd like to use the supported bridge, we can just take the block and put it right under your sacrum. The rest on your sacrum. I think that's what I'm going to do today. It feels good. So if you're going to, let me guide you in, if you're going to go into a full bridge, you're going to lift those pelvis all the way up, start to arch the back, bring the hands underneath you, coming up onto your shoulders, clasping the hands underneath, open chest, open heart, arched back, knees are hip width apart, so watch they don't spread up, and begin to breathe into the belly to hold this nice deep back bend. And if you're opting to do a supported back bend, you're going to have that block under the sacrum. And just let those hips be supported and relax. And let's take one more nice deep breath. And relaxing down. And if you're in a supported bridge, you can stay there. And if you're coming out of your full bridge, if you want to just move into a supported bridge by putting a block under your sacrum, or a couple more breaths, or a pillow, you can do that. And take one more breath here. And releasing that prop, that block. And let's bring those knees into the chest. Hugging those knees into the chest, rolling around. Noticing sensation. And let's tuck this right leg in towards the chest. And let's extend that left leg out. And so you're going to be feeling the left leg pressing down towards the earth. And the right leg is going to be tucking in towards the body. So feel those two lines of energy going in different directions. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And releasing the knee, releasing the leg, and let's switch. Bring that left leg in towards body. You can bring it out a little so it's more coming in towards your armpit. Relax that right leg out and breathe. Feeling the right leg pressing into the earth while the left knee is hugging in towards that armpit. Two opposite lines of energy. And breathe. Engage those bandhas. Beautiful job. And let's bring both knees in again. Walk back and forth. Good job. Let's bring those feet down. Let's move into our reverse pigeon. We've been doing this a lot, but it feels so good. So we're going to take the right leg up, right ankle resting on the left knee, and then bringing that left leg up, wrapping those hands back around the glutes there. Yeah, and not the glutes, the hamstrings, and then gently pulling that leg in. Pulling your left leg in while you're feeling a nice hip opener in the right hip. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Releasing that left leg. And we're going to switch. So we're going to have that right foot on the mat, right knee up, lift that left leg, resting the left ankle on the right knee, and then bringing that right leg in towards the body, wrapping your hands around behind the knees on that hamstring and pulling the body in towards the chest. And breathe. Engage those bandhas and bring in the prana. And releasing. Beautiful job. Let's move into supine spinal twist. This always feels so good. So let's take that left leg and bring it straight out, coming up onto the left side just an inch or two. Right knee bends, coming over to the left. Right arm extended out 90 degrees. Turning your head to gaze over the right fingertips as you continue to bring that left leg over, the right leg over to the left. And feeling this nice twist, twisting in the cervicals, the thoracic, the lumbar. Engaging those bandhas and breathe into this nice deep twist. One more breath here. Nice deep twist and releasing that right leg. And we're going to switch legs. We'll extend that right leg out straight. Bring that left leg with the knee up, left foot flat on the floor, moving up onto that right side just an inch. And then bringing the left knee over to the right, right hand on the left knee to kind of guide it gently over, encouraging it over to feel that edge. Left hand coming out 90 degrees and turning the head to gaze over the left fingertips. Feeling that beautiful twist. The cervicals, thoracic, and lumbar. And rest in and breathe into this deep twist. Releasing the leg. Come back so you're flat on your back. Beautiful job. Let's bring those knees into the chest and roll around a little bit. All those beautiful sensations. Let's take those legs and let's bring them straight up for a minute and just feel that sensation. Beautiful vacation we give the veins when we bring our legs into this inversion. And taking the hands behind the hamstrings and maybe the calves and pulling them in towards the body in that nice gentle stretch. Finding your edge and just breathing into that. And then if you can come and you can bend the knees a little bit, bring the hands to the outside of the feet and open them up and feel a nice stretch there. Beautiful. And let's bring them back up again, just straight up. On that vacation on the veins. And flex and extend those feet. If you'd like to move into half shoulder stand, you can do that. And let's bring those feet down. And let's take those feet out. We're going to move into fish. So both feet are extending out. The arms are alongside with palms facing down. And we're going to bring a palm under each buttock, palms down, and then we're going to bring those elbows and snug them in towards the body. Pressing into those elbows and forearms, you're going to lift that upper chest and the head. And then gently bring the head to rest on the mat at the crown. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And pressing into the elbows, lifting the head up, and then resting back on our back. And let's take those knees back into the chest. Release that lower back. Rock back and forth. And we're going to bring those feet up. Bring the hands to the outside of the feet. Open up the knees so they're out by the armpits. And then pressing those legs in towards the armpits. The knees are coming towards the armpits. Now that nice hip opener in our baby. And if you want to move into Baddha Konasana, you can bring those feet together and tuck the feet in towards the body. Supine Baddha Konasana. Supta Baddha Konasana. And let's just roll around in our happy baby. And making any last poses or movements that your body may want or need before we move into some releases and Savasana. And around. When you're ready, bringing the feet to the mat, the knees are up. And we're going to move into our hula. So we're swiveling the hips while the back is flat on the mat, flat on the earth. One hip is moving down towards the heel, opposite is moving up towards the armpit. And then we switch. So feel a nice swiveling of the hips in hula. And noticing sensation, embracing it, enjoying the sensation. Keeping the breath flowing and coming back to neutral. We're going to move into hip pointers. So we're going to take this left hip now and just point it up. The left butt cheek is going to lift up off the mat a little bit. Right butt cheek is firmly planted in. And then relaxing it down. And going to the other side. Left butt cheek is rooted in the earth. Right is going to point diagonal up towards the sky and lift off the mat a little bit. And just going back and forth in your hip pointers. Pointing one hip at a time up towards the sky. Keeping the opposite butt cheek rooted into the mat. Creating a little twist in the lower back. Keeping the breath flowing, basking in sensations. And coming back to neutral. Let's move into some cat and cow on the floor. On your cat, you're going to feel the small of the back pressing in towards the earth, tailbone is tucking. In your cow, you're going to feel the lumbar spine, the small of the back marching up off the earth. Your back may still be on the earth, but your spine is lifting up. Flexion and extension of the spine. Keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to center. And let's keep those knees up and walk those feet further and further apart till they rest on the outer edges of the mat. Both knees are still up, and let's drop one knee at a time into the center. Fully present to sensation, fully present to yourself, keeping that breath flowing. And coming back to center, let's walk those feet together. Let's flop both knees over to one side, lift that top knee up, and coming nice and gently over to the other side, and letting that bottom knee follow. So you've got both knees stacked over on one side, lifting the top knee up and bringing it over to the other side and letting the bottom follow. And if you just want to, nice and slowly windshield wiper the legs together, that works too. Noticing sensation, enjoying the movement. And then coming back to center, and let's move into our Savasana. Let's take knees into the chest one more time, rocking back and forth a little bit. Release and relax that lower back. And relaxing those legs out. And flopping the feet out, the arms out, and just keeping this body wide open and allow all the energies of this practice to integrate throughout all the systems, all levels and dimensions of the body, mind and spirit. Feeling the body relax deeply into the earth, letting go all tension. Feeling even the brain relax, entire nervous system calm. And rest in a few moments of silence. Taking a nice breath into the belly, beginning to come back from your Savasana, coming into the body, beginning to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes, and stretch out the arms and the legs. And rolling over to one side, whichever side works best for you. And coming up to a seated position. And diving inward again, scanning the body. Noticing any shifts from when we began practice this morning. Diving into the emotional body fully. And bringing yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. That seed you planted in your fertile consciousness of your mind. Drumming, just receiving the vibrations. See if the chant wants to come through this morning. Maya suni hate sunde ate ke ani ate he. One ke ani ate hate sunde one ke ani ate he. Unda mante kone pane kinde ya unde ate ya he. Ahe ahe. He ahe ahe. Finishing up with our namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of truth, and of light. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Grace. You can go to EcstaticYoga.Studio to find out more information on our online teacher trainings, our hybrid teacher trainings, and soon to be in person in Costa Rica and Lava Hot Springs teacher trainings, and our yoga retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.